I'm Kristen Rao. I'm the Marketing and Partnerships Coordinator at EatDenver. If you're a member, you know me from spamming your inbox. I send a lot of emails. I also feel like a walking coffee cup right now, so if I speak really fast, sorry about that. Buenos Aires is known for its elegant architecture, for tango, and for its nightlife. But in Denver, it's also known as the inspiration behind Maria Empanada, and for being the birthplace of its founder and CEO, Lorena Cantarovici. Lorena is from Argentina. She moved to the US with $300, her flamenco shoes, and a backpack full of dreams. In 2010, she started making empanadas out of her garage and got her first break when a caterer tried them at a party and made an order for 10 dozen. Fast forward to 2022, and Maria Empanada has expanded to 3 locations with 3 more on the way, all of which still craft handmade empanadas. Lorena has won the U.S. Small Business Administration's Small Business Person of the Year Award, and recently Maria Empanada was host to Vice President Kamala Harris on her American Rescue Plan tour. Maria Empanada's location on South Broadway also boasts an espresso machine that's blessed by Pope Benedict, which, after Lorena, is the coolest thing on South Broadway. Please join me in welcoming Lorena for her speech, Connecting the Dots. Hint, we are the dots.
I'm short. My son is taking a speech class in high school. On his homework, there is a quote from President John F. Kennedy that it says, "The only reason to give a speech is to change the world." I thought, wow, isn't that talking coming? So I need to get prepared. So let's see how this goes. Have you ever been in a big city where there are these guys selling fake purses or watches, and when they see some police, they just grab everything and start running? Well, that used to be me and my mom. But instead of cool purses that I probably could keep, it was just electrical supplies, like connectors, like outlets, like light bulbs. It was a very bad and difficult life in Buenos Aires for me and for my mom for a long time. I just started out as a banker in Buenos Aires, and I was one who brought the small but stable salary monthly to my house. But it was not good. It was not enough. So we were always on the edge of homelessness. My mom couldn't get a job, so she did whatever she could. And at this point in her life, she got into buying these cheap electrical supplies. So she started going to a park. She was going to a park where a lot of other people were trying to sell things, just to survive. I remember that after my work at bank, I went in the dark to help my mom, to support her, and to grab everything and go back home. We were not selling anything attractive, so no one was getting close to our table. But my mom, with her magic, found a way to attract and bring some sales. So you could hear her, if you were passing around, you could hear her saying, "Hey, it's nice outside, right? You need a cord extension and you can put the TV on the balcony." So she found those kind of attractive ways to connect with people and ways to get us closer to a possible sale. That was exactly what we needed. She showed me that a positive attitude and always transmitting buena onda, good energy, can connect us to joy. So buena onda, it is good energy, and it's the main focus that we have at Maria Empanada. Buena onda means good vibe. We talk about it all the time. We live with it, with each other, with our guests, with our vendors, with anyone who comes in contact with us. I'm sure that at the dining room of all of your restaurants, it's easy to distinguish or to point when something is bad. It's easy to see when nobody turned on the TV, or maybe when the tables are dirty. So with energy, it's exactly the same. With energy, you can tell when someone has a good energy, and it's even more obvious when someone brings the negative energy, or mala onda. So how can we attract and give buena onda when it's not there? We, all of us, are fields of energy. We know that. We receive and give energy like waves. And those waves connect to other energies, and they can be good or bad depending on the moment in our lives. So since the last 2 years, like we all are talking about here, we have been navigating an ocean of difficulties, or mala onda, on a huge scale. These are not waves, these are tsunamis or mala onda. And it makes it so hard to be positive or to smile in front of all these circumstances. A pandemic, political divisions, racism, climate change, and now a war. It is hard to turn on the TV and watch news, but it's all real, and we have to deal with it. I want to tell you something that I learned during the pandemic. But before I do that, I need to put the scenario in this. So let me give you a little bit of a background about how Argentinians are. The way we greet people is with a kiss, with a hug, or a little touch in the shoulder. So if you go to a doctor appointment in Argentina, be prepared, because the doctor may kiss you. Honestly, we are weird. So for me, when I go to a location, I need to plan to arrive early if I have a meeting. That is absolutely mission impossible. Something else to know about Argentinians, that we are always late, always. But the problem here is that it takes me a minimum of 10 minutes to get to the table of my meeting, because I have to say hi to everyone individually, and I do need to do an eye contact. I do this because it's in my culture, and also because it's good for me, and it is who I am. And because it is a connection point that I have been institutionalizing at Maria Empanada since the beginning. The benefit of greeting people this way is that we can sense how things are with the other person, and this is the way we give and receive energy. And I'm proud to say that each member of my team has adopted this in their own way. So with that as a background, let me share with you what I learned during the pandemic. One day, I came into my Broadway shop and I saw the enemy in front of me, because that little one is me. In fact, I saw my enemy everywhere. I was surrounded by it. It was so scary, and I thought I would have a panic attack. It was the plexiglass. I don't want even a picture of the plexiglass. The plexiglass started to be on top of our displays, by our POS, and I started seeing it everywhere. This thing was a transparent wall blocking the transmission of energies. Exactly the opposite of all my intentions. It was blocking humanity, and I started to shake. Another thing about Argentinians is that we super exaggerate. But the plexiglass became a metaphor of our lives. So let me show you how I felt in 2020 and 2021. But the reality is that we don't need a pandemic to see that there are big invisible barriers around us all the time. We are always confronted obstacles, big or small, that we need to address or eliminate. A plexiglass can appear even if you just think differently from somebody else. Boom, a plexiglass. My world, my life, my way of thinking. So how do we reconnect again? How do we unzoom? We start with the simple things. Close your computer, turn off your phone, look in the eyes. You're in a meeting with someone, and you need to respect. We talk about respect just in the presentation before. Go and get a cup of coffee with a colleague. Go invite a friend. Connection means bonding. Connection means recognition, validation, appreciation. When real connections happen, people become more vulnerable, and it is powerful, so powerful that souls open up and it brings possibilities. I like to believe that my company, Maria Empanada, is a company of possibilities, and let me give you some examples of that. The most important thing we look for a new employee when we hire someone is whether they can make an eye contact or a smile in the conversation. Everything else we can teach. We listen when an employee is ready for more, and then we act. We have several stories of internal growth, and we love to celebrate them. A team member that started as a dishwasher now is a manager at one of my locations. A prep cook now is in charge of our dough production, and this is an unusually important job for us. We value employees for their attitude over their education level. Their attitude is worth more than the diploma. It is satisfying to see how they grow in a company and become leaders. Some of them never work with an Excel spreadsheet or analyze a P&L, but they do it now. And they feel important because they are. We love to surprise our employees. The last time was with mariachis. And many times we do it for no reason at all. We just like to do it because we all celebrate and we all have fun. Imagine an employee going to their home and saying, hey, I got surprised by mariachis today at my job. Isn't that cool? We provide English classes for team members, including me. But I teach a pronunciation class. Just kidding. We start our weekly meetings by going around, and each person has to give their buena onda for the week. This is a good way to set the tone, even if we had to discuss tough issues. We make more phone calls than texts or emails because you can hear, you can sense more feelings in the other side. We try to be more humans than before being more aware of moments of sharing. This includes happy hours as a team after certain meetings. It can be hard work to do all these things or paying attention to all this, but believe me, it's worth it. This investment of time and effort has made our employees very loyal, and they are some of the best ambassadors of our brands. So my theme is very simple and doesn't need any deep analysis. Go and connect with a smile, with eye contact, and be present with our people. Because this is good for us, and it's good for whoever you are with. And that is because that is the way how we generate buena onda. If we keep with the analogy of us being in that little bag or being behind our plexiglass, I really believe that as we move closer to one another, those bags will pop or the plexiglass will completely disappear. And we will be free. So to all my colleagues and to President Kennedy, I really think that my mom was right. If we all make an effort to have a good attitude and transmit good vibes, even in an ocean of challenges, we can connect to joy, and that's the way we can change the world. So muchas gracias.